Tell us the purpose of a BVVK that you know.
It's to verify the voter, my lord.
So, is it true that you go to a polling station, it gets your forensics, and confirms that you're a registered voter at a polling station? Because you know it. Yes?
Yes, please.
Is it your statement? Because voting, you come, it verifies you. That is all I want, the registered voter. And it stores that information.
Yes, 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 my lord.
So is it true that using a BVVK, even if your agents are negated to tell you, can you use a BVVK to ascertain the number of voters who turned up at the polling station? Okay.
I can't.
You can't? You can't, you went slow on that.
My lord, if every voter has used the biometric machine, it will be able to show the total number, my lord.
And you'll be capable of using it to ascertain the number of people at least who turned up.
Yes, my lord.
Did you request for such information from the Electoral Commission? Assist. Did you or did not?
No, my lord.
To your belief, would it have been essential? You are proving, would it have been an essential element? 12% no, it's not 100%. Like my senior colleague was giving you, generously. Would it be essential?
My lord, I would request the second respondent
Would it be essential?
to help us with the answer of that.
Would it be an essential element for this purpose?
Yes, my lord, it's essential.
So to conclude on this, between the BVVK and information from your lawyers, I've seen it in paragraph 13 and paragraph 14. Where you say, I am informed by my lawyers, in associated advocates with information I very believe to be true. That there was non-compliance with the provisions laid down in the Parliamentary Elections Act relating to elections, and that the non-compliance and failure to hold elections in accordance with those provisions affected the result. I am further informed by my lawyers, which information I very believe to be true and correct, that the overstated failure and non-compliance disenfranchised the voters at the impugned polling stations, including myself, a voter at Imbogo Primary School playground, disenfranchised. Who would you choose as Nambi between the BVVK and your lawyers? Who would you choose to have better information on this non-compliance and disenfranchisement between the BVVK and your lawyers? Where would we get?
My lord, if I had the biometric machines, would be them, but in this instance, they were not there.
What did you ever request for them? Probably. You said no. Would you then rely on the hearsay evidence from your lawyers if the BVVK were available? Would you then? Well, if you can't
Beg your
answer
pardon?
that, well, let me paraphrase it. Would I then be right to say that you ignored the BVVK for fear of the truth again in the numbers?
My Lord, they were not availed to me.
Well, it is not very hard to ascertain why you do not know. It's because you are relying on information from people even where you confirmed you are not there, you confirmed even the information of these materials is from your lawyers. My Lord, I'm looking at information from paragraph 10, 11. I'm informed the lien-bond agents is in 11, at 10, 11. We have 13, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, and so on. My Lord, the witness has admitted that all this evidence is hearsay. I heard from my lawyers, from my agents. I confirm some of them will not come to this court. My Lord, it's my submission on this issue that a party, my Lord, can rely. Actually, I can raise an objection at this stage, my Lord, like I'm doing during trial. And it's my prayer, actually, that all this evidence, paragraphs 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 16, 19, and so on, my Lord, all based on hearsay evidence. The same, my Lord, I submit is inadmissible. It cannot be considered during trial going forward. Because we are not making headway. Witnesses, may not be considered, and I pray that it will be expunged. From record for being hearsay. You confirm you do not know how many did. That's the confirmation statement.
Yes, my Lord.
So if you did not, if you don't know the number, is it then attributable? Would it be attributable to your averment in paragraph 11? Because that's what you want to state. Are you attributing this to, again, the allegation that electoral materials and documents were destroyed? Is that the source of your information? I'm trying to make sense out of this budget now. No agents, not talk about this, but then you talk about it. Are you attributing it to your statement that electoral materials and documents were destroyed? That's
My Lord,
11.
paragraph 11, page 7.
13 of your affidavit, 013, the petition. Go to your affidavit. Please, let's restrict ourselves to, I'm only in 2 paragraphs, 9, 10, 11.
I will state it, my Lord. The paragraph, I say that I'm further informed by the aforementioned persons, which information I verily believe to be true and correct, that during the counting of the votes at the said polling stations, there was violence and chaos and commotion, as a result of which there was no results declared and transmitted for those polling stations. And second, the electoral materials and documents were destroyed.
So you confirm that there was counting. In paragraph 11, it's your statement, there was counting. You state this, you are reading it, there was counting, according to paragraph 11.
Yes, my Lord.
Confirm. And that during counting, ordinarily agents write, because there is counting. Ordinarily.
My Lord,
You confirm.
in an ordinary circumstances, yes, my Lord. But this was not ordinary.
Between 7 to 4. Okay, counting people who have turned up to vote. 7 to 4. Ordinarily, would they write this turned up? Because you say you don't know the number of those who turned up. At least, what is that that they gave you from the roles as stated by you?
My Lord, in the 14 polling stations, we did not receive the results as mentioned.
So, are you running away from paragraph 11, aforementioned person, that there was counting of votes at the said polling stations? Are you retracting this evidence? So that we know which you're retracting and
No,
which
my
you're
Lord,
holding back.
I'm not
So you stand by that there was counting? Okay. Yes, going back to you attributing these issues to the materials destroyed, as you've stated in paragraph 11. Can you state what you, Nambi, know the electoral materials and documents referred to? You just named those that were destroyed.
According to the agents reporting to me, my Lord, I was informed that the ballots, the containers that carry the ballots, and then also the biometric machines were some of the documents, the items that were destroyed on that day, and others were the desks.
Did you have such evidence in your petition on the ballots that were destroyed? In the evidence, do you have any? yes or no? Ballots, that these ballots. Well, I'll take you back.
Yes, my lord. And
Yeah,
they are
information.
electoral materials. The
So
ballots are
ballots.
still electoral materials.
So ballots were one of those.
And the documents.
Do you know that one of the, ordinarily, what happens at the polling station, the ballot books and number of ballots, before you even commence, are the primary issues determined that there are two booklets, this number of ballots at the given polling station. Did you at least receive that information between 7 and 4?
My lord, according to the affidavits of the agents, they confirm that at the start of the elections, there was compliance.
So, compliance at the start. How many ballots did Kalemba tell you? At least those which were destroyed because they are disclosed. Kalemba Herbert at Mbogo Primary School, you have such evidence. So that we ascertain. Given number of ballots were dropped and were destroyed. Do you have this in evidence?
I just got information about the polling stations where the chaos destroyed
You
this
do not have
electoral
the evidence
materials,
about
my
the
lord.
number of ballot papers.
No, my lord.
So I'm getting it that apart from the chaos, violence, even when it was smooth as stated, the agents did not report anything about the voting exercise.
No, my lord.
Despite the calm at the start. Okay, do you have evidence then on the containers, those about boxes, in your petition? I need the evidence. How are they destroyed? Were they burnt down? Do you have any such evidence on the said containers, ballot boxes, in your petition? Doesn't matter whether it's hearsay.
No, my lord, but it's encompassed in the electoral materials and documents that were destroyed, my lord.
So you leave it to us to imagine, is that your case? Is it in this petition? How many, the number, and how?
No, my lord.
It's not. BVVK. What is the BVVK? You mentioned BVVK, something. You educate me.